right, here we go for step 2. I've done this one just a little bit different than the first one I did, like the prototype. So I've kind of evened it out a little bit, and it should be about 13 inches with the spacing. So I'm gonna have to do this one just a snitch different. I cut this one at like 6 3/4 by the full 12 inches. And if you can notice here, I did the 2-inch spine with my, oh my gosh, why are words eluding me today? Use your words, Dee Dee. Scoreboard. And then I went ahead and did like 1/4 of an inch. And it may work. We may have to redo this. And I'm thinking once I get it in, I'm going to kind of round these out a little bit, kind of bend it with my scoring tool or my bone folder. Because one of the problems with this one over here that I was having is right here, it would see, and I'll have to go back and re-glue it again. It's pulling up here in the corners. So see, it's kind of just pulling apart a little bit. So I need to go back and re-glue those. But what I'm hoping is that by creating that easement for it, it'll help roll through these gaps here. Okay, so let's glue this on. And we're at the end of this Fabri-Tac. So we'll do this. Kind of getting in between the eyelets here. I'm trying my best to kind of avoid the fabric here, or my binding, just so it does have a little bit of play in it, in case I need to do any adjustments. And it's not going to stick down, like it's not going to be flush with this, but you'll never even know it. Okay, so line that first score mark up here. Okay. Spread your glue out. And we'll give that a second. And you do have to kind of pull these just a little bit as you're gluing. And I actually don't know if I'll roll it right now or not, but if you pull it and kind of hold it, then you kind of get the spacing that you need. Okay, so I'm going to go ahead and put my glue on this side. Make sure you go up here. That is if your glue is going to work. Come to the edges as much as you can without big blobs. We can always go back through with our art glitter glue and touch up any corners we may have missed. Okay, now I'm going to pull it out just a little bit. Maybe come up just a little. Okay. Yep, and we're getting glue. And I do have one of those little fancy glue erasers that I'll use around the edge once it starts setting. Okay, and then I'm going to bring it up. Really make sure that crease is down in there. Like I said, we may take our bone folder in there and kind of round it out a little bit. Okay, and while I have it, oh sure, I say I have a glue eraser, and Do we know where it is? Nope. Oh, I'll just get it this way for now, and then I'll go back through and clean that up. Okay, let's try our other side here. Hope everybody's Sunday is going well. Mine is so far, so we'll see. The temperature here is supposed to calm down a little bit. All last week, where we live, we normally don't get like super, super hot. Being in the mountains, it kind of stays a little bit cooler. But this last week, we had 3 days of over 100 degrees. And our bunnies did not do well. In fact, we lost 3 of them to the heat, which is very, very sad. And they are in fanned and like they should have been pretty cool. So my only guess is that I don't know. I mean, when you're raising livestock, sometimes you just never know. I mean, it could just be a coincidence with the heat, or who knows. Could have been unhealthy babies because they were all babies. Could just be a handful of things as to why they didn't make it. So yeah, we've been a little sad here this week. All right, so now what I'm going to do is I'm going to take my art glitter glue. Sorry about that sad news, and then I just jump right on into this other part here. Is I'm going to take this into these edges, and I hope that I'm in frame here. And really make sure these are down, and then I'm going to let it set. And if you guys have any better tips on how to keep it from doing that, I am all ears. I've never really figured out a great way to do that, and maybe if I set it up and set it on something, maybe that would do better. All right, so that is the inside for now. I'm gonna go ahead and let this dry really good, and then I will be back for some of the other stuff.